Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I was thinking about doing this for a NASCAR news, but I decided I'd rather just do this for a separate video. So, there were some, text with NASCAR with Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell that were revealed yesterday. So, we're going to start off here with this one. So, some interesting texts were revealed here, where the text reaction of Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell when they found out Denny Hamlin was running the SRX series. Remember when that existed? I believe it was every week on a Saturday night. Yesterday was the deadline for redacted exhibits to be filed for exhibits using summary judgment rulings. So here it is. Chat with Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell. He said, "Oh great, another owner racing an SRX." Steve O'Donnell, "This is NASCAR, pure and simple. Enough, we need legal to take a shot at this." Steve Phelps, "These guys are just plain stupid. Need to put a knife in the trash series." Talking about NASCAR, that seems like a trash series. You know, NASCAR would say, "Oh, you can race anywhere you want," but when they find out, they get all defensive. So, these are the first few texts. Colton 4K calling the SRX a trash series. It's terrible. Steves are just terrible people. Imagine trashing a series that's mainly your legends, your NASCAR legends, and some current drivers that raced in SRX, including Denny Hamlin. Trash series. NASCAR Cup Series is trash. SRX is better than NASCAR Cup Series racing nowadays. Imagine getting worked up. Need to put a knife in the trash series. They should be cooked, personally. This new car is trash. Let's talk about that new car. That next-gen car sucks. Imagine getting that worked up about SRX and your driver's racing there. Sounds like some strong anti-competitive intent protecting one's monopoly on stock car racing right there. Just saying. I don't know how either Steve still has a job in NASCAR after this lawsuit, dog. I'm sorry. NASCAR's PR nightmare continues. It's a bad look. Should have been patient. SRX was never probably going to last. So, I don't know why they got even worked up about it, because it didn't even really last that long. There's no way they felt threatened by the SRX. Come on, dude. Pathetic. But, that's NASCAR. The Steves are just dumb. That trash series raced better than this piece of shit Gen 7 car. NASCAR doesn't want their drivers to succeed and grow their brand. They just want to keep control of everything to do with stock car racing. Can we get Dale Jr. to run NASCAR instead of these stupid fucks? I swear, bro. And more, NASCAR executive, one of the people in the chain is not identified, so don't know who that is. Reaction to SRX when they found out Justin Marks was doing it in June of 2022, and how that could have sparked more interest in doing North Wilkesboro. So here's a few slides here. Steve O'Donnell, Steve Phelps, Ben Kennedy. Steve O'Donnell, Justin Marks is racing SRX. Ben Kennedy, saw that too. Disappointing. They just don't get it. I'm sure it's cool for Justin to get behind the wheel, but there's no regard for the bigger picture. Maybe that's that's on us for not giving them that incentive. I don't know. But now you've got Marks, Chase, talking about Elliott, Tony Stewart, and Blaney, Ryan Blaney, racing on a network that competes against our right holders. They outrated Xfinity and trucks last weekend. It isn't some local dirt track stuff. Steve O'Donnell. Actually, you have one of the voices of Fox and Waltrip, an owner of multiple COO cars, and Stewart, our most popular driver for years, and one of our champ's fathers. These exhibit that nobody gives a shit about what got them their careers. Pay them some money and they're all in. The guy who cried about safety every single day is in a boxcar without safer barriers and not a care in the world. And by the way, who does Curtis have hanging with MG over the weekend in Nashville? Not Ben or me or Prime or anyone. Marty Smith from ESPN. Coincidence? Lots to get our arms around. But sadly, any goodwill seems to be lost. So smiles all around, but behind the scenes, we scheme and we win. Steve O'Donnell, like, they outrated Xfinity trucks last week and ate some local dirt stuff. Wait till Junior says he is running an event. Matter of time. They will go to North Wilkesboro with SM and Junior. If we're not careful, we need to be the first back. This other dude agreed. North Wilkesboro and Bowman Gray next year with Junior and friends if we don't make moves. How about this for All-Star making a combo between Bowman Gray and North Wilkesboro Friday, Sunday. Sick, and flip it for 2024. We got to make moves. Just need to sell them through. Should be a good working session Thursday, but we need to convince the board that threats are real and we need to be bold. Easier said than done. Like, how about this for an All-Star making a combo between Bowman and Wilkesboro, Ben Kennedy and Steve Phelps? That's the key. We need to have everyone understand that this could turn into LIV. We don't play our cards right. We are smarter than they are. Steve Phelps saying that. But part of the issue is they don't have the facts and don't seem to want to take the time to learn, or maybe they just don't seem to care. It's all about the money. Excuse me. And feeling like they've been heard and respected. The SRX thing is just baffling to me. Why don't they get it? Oh, they do get it. It's a huge FU to us. That's the text right there. Some of the more text right there. NASCAR SRX outdated Xfinity trucks. Fox quality broadcast shenanigans at its finest. NASCAR being this intimidated by the SRX series. NASCAR just needs to give it up and just... NASCAR needs to lose this fucking case. Fuck Ben Kennedy too. I'm disappointed in Ben Kennedy. I thought he was at least one of the smart ones. Pretty disappointed in Ben Kennedy. Fuck Jim France, Steve Phelps, Steve O'Donnell. Fuck every NASCAR executive. O'Donnell and Phelps are such pathetic little bitches. They were legitimately mad that SRX was doing cool shit. Why was Ben Kennedy disappointed? I'm gonna get on NASCAR and wreck his shit. The guy who cried about safety every single day is in a boxcar without safer barriers and not a care in the world. Don't remember anyone getting hurt in SRX. Don't remember anyone getting hurt in SRX. I mean, I think Andretti did. Maybe he hurt his wrist. But other than that, yeah, they've only raced a handful of times, but still. We scheme and we win. That should be the tagline for the 2311 front row case. We scheme and we win. Pretty embarrassing. I've hated these two clowns for years. They just give us more reason with every tweet. No wonder Tony didn't want to be an owner in this series anymore. I completely understand why. And then an exhibit of text that the jury won't get to see because would be used more as inflammatory or some text showing Steve Phelps showing frustration over things Richard Childress said in August of 2023. Text her to VP Brian Herbst during and following a meeting, I believe with some teams. I've seen all these tweets, by the way. I was going to do it for NASCAR News, but I'd rather do it just in a separate video. So Steve Phelps said, I agree with you. Did you give them some sense of how bad things are out there? Childress needs to be taken out back and flogged. He's a stupid redneck who owes his entire fortune to NASCAR. You know, I don't defend his drivers or defend him a lot. But where would you be, Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell? I mean, RCR was a good team for a while. I mean, they're not now in Cup, but... Stupid redneck. Maybe he is. But if they're willing to say that about a team owner, imagine what they're willing to say about the fans or other team owners. They probably call the fans worse than stupid rednecks. So Brian Herbst, I didn't go there, kept it high level for now, ongoing conversations, figuring out where all the puzzle pieces land, etc., but happy to do so in future conversations. Just didn't know if now was the time to provide a dose of reality or not. Steve Phelpson says, 10-4, how's it going thus far? Brian Herbst getting a little testy, OD doing a great job on the hot seat. But there's a lot of, we'll discuss internally, want to get together in the room, etc. Steve Phelps, these guys are short-signed, self-serving. Childress is an idiot. If they don't like to stay in sports, sell your charter and get out. That's what every team should do, because NASCAR is terrible nowadays. No Mark and Custer both thought the TV level set into the future was a good idea. We can add that to the tactical next steps. Insult to Newmark about it yesterday. Told him we would do a good media deal this go around. But I was terrified about the next one, particularly if we don't come together. I also spoke to Justin Marks about it. I spoke to the existing media market and how challenging it is, but was confident that we would end up in a good place. Maybe not what we had originally planned, but in the ballpark. I sent the meetings included. Said yes. Newmark did talk about your conversation. He thought it was really insightful. Glad you spoke with Justin as well. And yes, meeting wrap. Just doing post-meeting catch-ups. Did I mention that Childress is an idiot? Steve Phelps calling someone an idiot. Pot calling the kettle black right there. Laughed at, did I mention is Childress an idiot? Just listen to the hit, he is an idiot. Everyone in NASCAR is idiots. I mean, sure, Childress says dumb things, but NASCAR does a lot of dumb shit, so they're idiots too. So many false claims and or disingenuous statements. If he's that angry, and apparently he has signed your charter extension and sale. He's not smart. He's a dinosaur and a malcontent. He's worth a couple $100 million every dollar associated with NASCAR in some fashion. Total ass clown. I don't defend RC a lot, but my God. Steve Phelps talking like he isn't literally the same exact thing. I mean, we all clown on Richard Childress because he says dumb things at times. And people are like, oh, he's a jerk in negotiations. Well, wouldn't you be too? Do you want the most and what's best for your race team? Or do you want to continue to bend the knee and gobble Steve Phelps? I mean, my expectations are low for NASCAR, but my God, holy fuck. Saying he should be flogged is literally insane. Fuck Steve Phelps, dude. Was this after the interview where Childress compared NASCAR to the KGB or something? If I was Steve Phelps, I would resign, dude. I swear. I've got to imagine that, regardless of the outcome of the lawsuit, these texts that are coming out will create a huge shakeup in the upper levels of the sport, right? Surely teams will not be happy to see how the executives talk about them within their inner circles. I bet most of them already know it, or at least assume. And isn't this actions detrimental to the sport? I mean, just saying. Should just fire Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell, but no. Yeah, just a bunch of fiery text. And text after the Sirius XM with Dave Moody. Childress said he could build 14 former Cup cars for the cost of 7 next gens. Was asked a potential new media deal. Be a positive. RC responded for who? For what it's worth, Phelps called RC weeks ago to say he doesn't feel that way about him. Yeah, Phelps 100% made the call, not because he was sorry he said it, but he was sorry it was made public. He's not sorry. The way they're stumbling about the playoff format and these conversations lead me to believe they not only despise their fans, they actually hate them and think very little of them. Imagine saying this about a team owner, they'll say worse about the fans. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he wasn't. And Bob tried to defend the text. I get it. I mean, I get it. He's trying to keep his press pass and keep his job. But, and NASCAR's just evil. I'm probably just going to title this video NASCAR is Evil, and you can listen throughout this whole video. Read all the text. My honest thoughts are just fire Steve Phelps and Steve O'Donnell. I want them gone before the text, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing running NASCAR. After I see all this, they can fuck off if they want to. NASCAR really should have just settled. The fan reaction from these texts and emails are just an absolute PR nightmare for NASCAR. And people will probably forget about it in 3 weeks, though. But this ain't the last. But there'll probably be more that comes out with NASCAR. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. It's kind of crazy how your leaders are speaking that way instead of trying to thrive your sport. But, yeah, that's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.